Jesus has selected 12 disciples, right? You all know that he had 12 disciples, and these are his disciples. Maybe some of you never heard their names. Some of their names are really difficult, but I'll read them just quickly. And then this is not the main lesson today, but still, I think it's good that you know that he has selected only 12 of them. Out of many people who were following him, he only selected 12, the inner group. Their names were James. I'll go clockwise from 1 o'clock, right? From Jesus. James and John, sons of Zebedee, they were brothers. Philip, Nathanael of Cana, also called Bartholomew. Thomas, also called Didymus or Didymus, which means the twin. Maybe he had a twin. Matthew, also known as Levi, the tax collector. James the Lesser. There's James 1 and James 2. Maybe the lesser means less known. Maybe. Simon the Zealot. Judas, who would come to be known as Lebbaeus Thaddeus. I guess he decided to change his name so people wouldn't confuse him with this Judas Iscariot, the one who betrayed Jesus. Then there's Simon, who Jesus called Peter, and Andrew, Peter's brother. They were brothers. James and John were brothers. Okay. These are the 12 disciples. They followed him everywhere he went, and they were called apostles. This is today's lesson. After appointing his disciples, Jesus continued traveling, healing, and teaching. And this is the Sermon on the Mount. So one day he was on the mountain, and there were many people all around him sitting on the hills. And he preached the sermon. It's known as the Sermon on the Mount. This is what he said. Blessed are the poor in spirit. Theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn. They will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, they will be satisfied. Blessed are the merciful, they will receive mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, they will be called God's sons. Blessed are those who are persecuted for being righteous, theirs is the kingdom of heaven. And then he said, you are blessed when people insult, persecute, and speak evil against you because of me. Rejoice, they persecuted the prophets in the same way. Your reward in heaven will be great. And that's just, he said all those things that the worldly people consider bad, right? All those things like mourning. Mourning is when you feel extreme sadness in your heart. It's mourning. And he says, you're blessed when you mourn. You're blessed when you're hunger. You're blessed when you're poor. You're blessed when you're poor in the spirit. You're blessed when people persecute you and want to hurt you. He said the opposites of everything that people expected him to say. He said, you're blessed, so you should rejoice when these things happen to you. And that's opposite of this world. Let's read about it again, and then there's going to be application for us. We have Hitash and Atara. Who would like to start? Hitash or Atara? Who didn't read? I think Atara was the one who read yesterday or a couple of days ago. So Hitash, read for us today.
Blessed. While Jesus was in Galilee, he took Peter and the other disciples up onto a hill and said them, blessed are those who rely on God completely, for they shall become part of God's heavenly kingdom.
This word is rely. Rely means to trust. Okay, continue. Blessed.
Blessed are those who are sad. In their sadness, they will experience loving comfort of God the Father. Blessed are those who are humble and gentle, for they will receive what God has promised. Blessed are those who long to do what God wants, for God will fill them with His Spirit. Blessed are those who show mercy and are quickly to forgive, for God will be merciful to them. Blessed are those whose hearts are pure, for they will see God and live with Him. Blessed are peacemakers who spread the peace of God to others, for they shall be called children of God. Blessed are those who are treated harshly because they love God, for happy days are waiting for them in heaven.
Yeah, after he said all those things, people probably were amazed. How can he say that? How can you know, how can we be blessed if people are, they want to hurt us, if we are treated harshly? How is it possible for us to be blessed? But today's application for us is about peacemakers. He said, blessed are peacemakers who spread the peace of God to others, for they will be called the children of God. We will focus on this part. What is it, a peacemaker, or who is a peacemaker? Asid's hand was raised. Asid, will you read this part to us?
Okay. What is a peacemaker? When the angels told the shepherds about the birth of Jesus, they said, "Glory to the God in the highest, and peace on earth to those with whom he is pleased." Luke 2:14. Jesus came to bring peace on earth, and we as his children are peacemakers. Being a peacemaker is more than stopping a fight at school or yelling at your friends to quit arguing. To be a peacemaker, we need to spend time with God so that his peace can fill our hearts. When we have peace in our hearts, our words of kindness and wisdom can bring peace to troubled situations around us. Pray for those who need God's peace in their lives.
That's right. Let's read the verse for today together. Ready, go. Make every effort
to keep the unity of the Spirit through the bond of peace.
Ephesians 4.
Have you ever tried to help your friends to, to reconcile and to become friends again? If your friends had a fight, did you ever try to help them?
Hiyo.
Yeah, you tried, Gayana? And what happened?
Tried a lot of time, but they didn't listen.
Didn't listen. They kept on fighting. Yeah, I know.
Yes.
It happens all the time. Sometimes we want to help, and then actually, for some reason, it becomes worse, and then they are angry with us too, right?
Like when I go to help them, like to stop the fight, and they made me like I'm the one who made them angry with me.
Gonna check your microphone. You're speaking like this. That's what it sounds like.
It is like when I go and help them to stop the fight, and like they blame at me, like I'm the one who made them angry with each other.
Yeah, I think it's because I do not know why. I guess we ourselves need to have peace in our hearts first. That's what the lesson today said, before we go and try to help somebody. Maybe it's because we don't have enough peace in our hearts. That's why we're not very good peacemakers. Anybody has a successful story of being a peacemaker? Anyone? Anyone?
When I was small,
Do you?
Sometimes yes, sometimes not. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I do not know. When I was growing up, when I was your age, I didn't have any peace in my heart. I actually fought with my brother every single day, like actual fighting, you know. When we were bored, we would just wrestle and practice fighting with each other. And then we would really fight a lot and get angry with each other. And then say, I hate you. And he would say, I hate you too. And that's what we did. Just like Angel and Pinidi, they fight all the time too.
Just like my brothers and me.
Like your brother and you, yeah. Yeah. When I was growing up, no, I fought with my brother all the time.
Yeah, so like me and my brother as well.
And at school, you know what happened at school? Whenever somebody... Gaina, you speak first. What?
And even I'm also grown up, and my brother is even past 20, but we both still fight.
I see. Yeah. At school, you know, when some boys would fight, girls didn't fight often, like once or twice maybe. I saw girls fight and they just pull each other's hair like this when girls fight. That's what they do. Girls pull hair. That's their fight. But when boys fight, everybody, you know, they don't try to stop. They don't try to separate them from each other. They cheer on. Come on, hit them hard. That's what they did. And that's wrong.
Sir.
Yeah.
Kind of the girls and boys in a class try to fight.
Yeah, and that's really bad. We have to, you know,
But
we shouldn't cheer them
those
on. We shouldn't egg them on. It's not the egg that you eat, but that's what we say. Shouldn't encourage them to fight, but we should be peacemakers and actually try to stop the fight. That's the right thing to do.
But also, it happens as the opposite order, like a boy and a girl also fight.
Yeah, that's very bad when boys and girls fight. Boys should never fight with girls. Right, boys?
Mostly happens in our class.
Boys should never fight with girls because, you know, boys are created in a different way. Boys are stronger, faster, and girls are, you know, they are more
I don't think so, but in our class, it's the opposite.
God created us in a different way. Boys should never fight with girls because boys are stronger than girls.
But our boys are the ones who start to fight with the girls.
Those are bad boys. Who are you talking about? Which boys? Which boys? Tisat?
He's also one. We came here, the new one.
Sir, excuse me, sir. I'm talking about the boys who are playing football in grade 5B and 8.
Oh, I see. It's okay to play football, right? It's not a fight. It's a football.
Yeah.
Okay, anybody else? Temika, how about you? Do boys in your class fight or girls in your class fight? Or boys and girls fight with each other?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes girls hit boys. I know that. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not a real fight. It's more of a teasing, you know. I hit you and you run after me. Catch me if you can. That kind of fight. That's not what I'm talking about. Pinidi and Angel, are you fighting right now? Pulling each other's hair? Ooh, Pinidi's pulling Angel's hair. Yeah, we should not encourage them to do that. Okay, anybody else has another story? Interesting stories about fights, maybe where you were a peacemaker and try to separate them and say, don't fight. Fighting is wrong. Let's resolve the conflict in a peaceful and fair way. Nishir.
When I was at school, you know, Queenie and the other girls kind of fight. I tried to help them and I finally said, if you don't become friends, I'm not your friend anymore. They became friends at once. Kind of funny.
Oh, they got scared that you wouldn't be friends with them. Okay, so you blackmail them into stopping. Okay.
But that thing also works. Most of the time it works.
Most of the time it works when you say, if you don't stop, I'll do something. It's called blackmail.
Or else, like when I say, if you both stop fighting, I will give you something like candy or some other thing.
Okay. Yeah. You can say, if you don't stop fighting, I'm gonna fight with you.
No,
Yes.
Right? And then they will, oh no, not Guyana. The Guyana don't hit us. We'll stop. I think it will really work with Janindu. Janindu's like, don't fight. Remember Wooly Bully? Everybody saw the drama, the Wooly Bully drama. Janindu was like, he was a bully there. Like, what was the word that he said? I forgot his phrase. I forgot his phrase. There's a good phrase. What did he say? Janindu, what was the couple of words, the phrase that you said? In a low pitch, like blah blah blah. Do you remember, Janindu? No, he got stuck.
This is
Huh?
this is my turf.
Oh yeah, this is my turf. This is my territory. What are you doing on my land? Yeah. Got it. Turf. Turf means territory, land. This is my land. You're not allowed to play here. Everybody had bullies. I had bullies in my school too.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Dilan is the biggest bully in our class.
no, in our school we don't have bullies like that. In
It's not good
Not
to say
that
because
kind of
his
bullies,
best friend is
but
there.
okay,
they
in other schools like government schools or in schools in other countries, bullies are really bad. They ask for money. Bring the money tomorrow. If you don't bring the money, I'm gonna hit you. They do those kind of things.
And excuse me, sir.
Sell drugs. Yeah.
Shadakia is kind of, believe me,
He bullied you. Hmm,
kind of. He's
kind of.
bullying me. They're calling me names, calling all the girls names.
I see.
just
Well,
like
ignore that.
me.
This is a secret. If you ignore boys when they call you names, they will stop doing it because
And
they
sir,
react.
really, they said Queenie Maggie those days, kind of Maggie. And Queenie pretended it's a good name. Some boys stopped telling it.
Yeah, see, you just ignore them and they stop because they like the reaction. They want to make you mad at them, angry. That's what they want. And
Sir, that day
Pinky
we
knows
played
it all. Pinky, tell us
Jagaria.
about it. No, she doesn't want to tell us. It's kind of getting late. It's 9:04. A couple
Sir,
more comments
you
or
better.
questions? Anybody has any questions or comments?
No, sir, you better stop the recording.
I gotta stop the recording unless there are comments or questions. Anybody has a question or a comment? Or anybody would like to pray? No comments, no